Today's lesson is lesson 104, rounding decimal numbers to the nearest whole number. If I wanted to round decimal numbers, just like fractions, I want to round it to the closest number. So for example, I want to know if 7.6 is closer to 7 or to 8. Now with decimal numbers, each little mark in between equals one decimal place value. So like 7.1, 7.2, 7.3. So I know that 7.6 has to be above 7.5, which is halfway. In fact, it goes right here. So 7.6 is technically closer to 8 instead of 7. So to round 7.6, I would round that up to 8. On this next problem, it says estimate the product of 8.78 and 6.12. Since it says estimate, I'm going to round these two numbers. 8.78 is closer to 9, and 6.12 is closer to 6. So I'm going to do 9 times 6. 9 times 6 equals 54. So the product is about 54. This next problem has to do with area. Vera had a flower and vegetable garden in her backyard. This rectangle represents the dimensions of the garden. What is the reasonable estimate of its area? Again, I'm estimating. So the 12.2 is closest to 12 meters, and the 7.8 is closest to 8 meters. Area equals length times width. So I'm going to do 12 times 8. 12 times 8 equals 96, and since it's area, I'm going to say square meters. On this next problem, it says a stop sign is an example of a regular polygon. Remember, a regular polygon means that all the sides are the same measure. And it wants to know what is a reasonable estimate of the perimeter of this sign. So if one side equals 31.75, first I'm going to round it. 31.75 centimeters is closest to 32 centimeters. Okay. Now, a stop sign happens to have 8 sides. So to find the perimeter, I'm going to take 32 and multiply it times the 8 sides. 8 times 2 is 16, carry the 1. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. So the estimate is going to be 256 centimeters. You can also do this with volume. So this one, the interior dimensions of a personal storage space are shown in the diagram. What is the approximate volume of the storage space in cubic meters? So remember, volume equals length times width times height. And now I need to estimate these amounts. 2.84 is going to be closest to 3 meters. 3.04 is closest to 3 meters. And 2.69 is also closest to 3 meters. So I'm going to end up with 3 times 3 times 3, which equals 27 cubic meters, or meters cubed. Hey, that's it for this lesson. Good luck on your homework.